Moving to the next and last segment, complex queries. Under that, write a query to extract the initials from the name column. For example, if the name is John Doe, the result should be J dot D dot. Interesting, right? Let's see how. I'll share the DDL scripts to create a table named text data and insert relevant data into it. So you can leverage the dataset for your string functions practice. If you don't have PostgreSQL on your system, please install it to leverage its powerful open source database capabilities for your SQL practice. Follow our installation video for step-by-step instructions. Question on the editor screen. It's always easy to come up with a SQL query if you can break the question down. Let's break it down. Step 1. Get the first initial. If we take the same example, it will be J. Step 2. Get the second initial. It is D. Step 3. Add dot to the first initial. Then it becomes J dot, the step 4. Add dot to the second initial. Now you need to combine all these 4 steps. That's all. Before we write the query, let's do a select star from our table, text data. In this table, our focus column is name. Let's get the first part, that is first initial. By this time, you should get the function name. Yes, substring. Syntax of substring is column name, starting index, and length of the characters. First initial is always the starting index will be 1, and we need only initial. Easy. So the number of characters is also 1. With this, your part 1 is completed. Coming to part 2. Again substring. Syntax, column name. Let's think for a moment to extract the second initial. Again, with the hard-coded number, we cannot fetch the index of every value because the last name starts sometimes at 6th character, sometimes at 7th character. We never know. It is dynamic. In that case, we go with the pattern of the data. For sure, the space is expected before the last name. So that is our hint. But how do you locate the space? Position. Pick the space in name. Now you know the space, but you don't want starting from space, right? So do a +1 so that the starting index will be after the space. Now the length of characters. It is simple because the ask is on the initial. Length is 1. Before we build the query with part 3 and 4, let's see if there are any syntax errors with the query that we have built so far. Perfect. There are no syntax errors and we have got the data as expected. Let's build on top of this. Part 3, add dot. How do you append dot? Using concat function. This initial comma dot. Dot should be in your quotes, comma. Same for step 4. Comma dot in quotes. Step 3 and 4 completed. Before the final step, let's execute this and see for any syntax errors. Perfect. Now do a big concat of all of this. Give an alias name as initials. But to assess if we get the correct initials or not, let's add the name column as well. Let's see. See? John Doe, J dot D dot, Li Smith, A dot S dot. We got the result. You can further improvise the query. How? You don't necessarily have to use multiple concat functions. Even if you combine once or multiple times, it is only one concatenation. So let's remove and see how it behaves. Let's remove this concat. By removing the concat function that we used inside, you still get the same result. Your query becomes efficient when it uses optimal keywords. We did it. See you in the next one.